Here's Chandler Catanzaro ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And now running right through it. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
7 yards on the play, and that'll make it second down. Now it's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Andrews. And I think the ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Crabtree from 17 yards out. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing is Newton. He'll buy some time right. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot. There on the first play, try to start it out with a bang, but it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. On second and 10, Newton being chased out left. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available.
Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
They go play action here on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Alex Collins that time. And it's third down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
Jackson now off the bootleg. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Wes Horton. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. It's caught left side by John Brown. Room here to run. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
A dump off for Dixon. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. It's the fullback from a yard out. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Room to run past midfield. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And a nice gain at 21 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here's Newton now on second down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Detroit!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. This pass caught at the 4. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2nd and goal from the 1. Jackson will throw again. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, what a move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, Are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Here's Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Here we go.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Newton on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. In for the score. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Gano the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Cat and zero out now as he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a first down run with Collins. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On the give, this is Collins running left. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. Too good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go again with Collins, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
No, check. Patriot. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Gone!
On 2nd down, Collins. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change yet. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Leopard! Detroit!
He'll get it up the middle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 3rd and goal, Collins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Alex Collins taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Gun. Hey, get right down. Hey!
Newton to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. One last throw here for Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the whole year. I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got this picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russian, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Here's Chandler Catanzaro ready to get this one started. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's gone. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's second down. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and now it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Goff on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's going to let this, and got his man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gain of 38 there on third down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position? Hacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And room there to work it inside the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early. because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Goff. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Gerald Everett, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been. He had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's Newton sliding out of the pocket. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On first down, Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustment.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Flush to his right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Newton. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. He got 29 yards that time. The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Newton steps away to his left, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down. Eluding the print, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Wes Horton coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A shotgun snap for gone. His throw incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Back to throw, Goff. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Gone. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Brockers in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
DC.
On first down, gone. Dancing to his left. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 6 there on first.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Goff on first down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. To throw on 2nd down is gone. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. From the gun, here's Goff. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Now Newton on first down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. He's got a man. Complete. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big play there just before halftime. 64 yards. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. To throw is Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Newton. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in from a yard out.
Renegade, 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 renegade.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a brake light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your in them. Hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday. With the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh!
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and upgraded it. Traded in the jewels, copped a couple new ones.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Tag 26! Tag 26! Hey, tag 58 light!
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Here's Stafford. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Set! 180!
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Jones, 44 yards. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now it's Newton. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Stafford. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Come on, boys, here we go.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it, and this time it results in an interception.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen, 42 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes. and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step on the way to get back in sync.
It's caught. Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll go down at the 28. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Here's Stafford. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's his 2nd drop right here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say only in the 1st quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. And that's complete. It's Allington. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Play action. Stafford. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Hey, hey. Check, check. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 20. Right to the 3. Great. Hey, hey. Hey.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Able to get away. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. 3rd down here. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey. Gun.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. He finds an opening past the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Great. Do some. Hey, get right down.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Hey, get right down.
On first down, Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Newton to throw. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford, left side completion to Jones. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, He looked like one of those guys.
To throw on second down, Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Do something.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey. Greg.
Out of the gun, Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Greg. 20. Hey.
Newton on first down. Being chased out left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Gano's kick is right through. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now Newton. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's on.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Set. 180. Hey. Gun. Hey.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Great. 20. Great. Do some.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Newton. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Second and 10. Newton again. Escaping the pressure right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Ready. 180. Great. Hey, get right down.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devon Kennard able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
So out now come the Lions. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Stafford now to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And out across midfield down to the 45. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Set. 180.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Stafford on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And a little floater there is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's third down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Back to throw, Stafford. Flush to his right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through.
That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for the Panthers. 48 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Now Newton on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22.
Hey. 20.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. Buying time to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Hey. Gun.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up the score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, that great field position. On first down, Stafford here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. That's fielded in the end zone. Able to slither by. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
20.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Newton eluded, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Stafford going to throw it. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Stafford now to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. Now a handoff. Johnson. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now it's Stafford. The quick slant caught. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And Stafford's going to take it himself. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and
he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Matthew Stafford, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Prater on to add the extra point. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. The end zone. Oh, twisting away. Gets around him. And now running right through it. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there for Carolina. 63 yards. But, Charles, it's great to win at home in the